Welcome all. Happy to meet again with a video lecture on industry analysis. Industry analysis is a tool that gives investors an A to Z insight into any industry. This encompasses insights about the level of competition in the industry, demand and supply situation, how easily can new companies enter the industry, etc. The analysis takes into account the external and the internal factors that can impact an industry. Who can benefit from an industry analysis? Industry analysis is for anyone who is interested in investing in a company. Large scale investors, institutional investors, and even retail investors. Understanding the industry is a key component of understanding a company. So, it helps investors and the other stakeholders to position a company against other peers from the same industry. It gives investors a picture of roadblocks and opportunities that come in the way of the company and its industry. How to conduct the industry analysis? There are many ways in which you can do this. However, we have zeroed down on two of the best methods to help you analyze an industry. Porter's 5 Fours to analyze the stocks and SWOT analysis. Porter 5 Fours. Michael Porter, an American academic, devised 5 forces in his book Competitive Strategy. Techniques for analyzing industries and competitors to conduct a thorough study of any industry. Here are the 5 forces. Rivalry with peers. It is important to know about the position of a company with respect to the peers from the same industry. You cannot rank a manufacturing company against a pharmaceutical company for comparison. For the same, one needs to look at the competition levels. Competition and the fear of losing out on business to a peer company keeps companies on their toes and helps them innovate. According to Porter, competition is intense when there are more players, when the products are similar and the companies are fighting to find an edge over other products in case of perishable goods, etc. Truth of new competition. The second competitive force that Porter emphasizes is the ability of new companies to enter the industry and intensify the competition. Industries, whether it is difficult for the new competitors to enter, benefit an extended period's profitability and very limited rivalry. Competition basically tells us how difficult it is for the company to make money and how far it has been successful. The success, therefore, will translate into the stock prices. Truth of substitutes. Substitutes are products that can be used in place of the other. For example, Domino's Pizza and the Pizza Hut Pizza are substitutes for each other. If the price of one rises, the demand for the other one will increase. Since it is so easy to switch to the substitute on the account of any change such as the price rise or the quality drop, the truth remains and the pressure to continuously perform better and in a cost efficient way is essential. The better the company executes against its substitutes, the higher it goes. Bargaining power of the buyers. This power refers to the power buyers have where they can force the sellers to give them better quality products and at a lower prices. The bargaining power is high in the following cases. If the number of buyers is lesser than the number of suppliers in the market. If the buyer has more similar products in the market and depends less on a particular supplier, and if the switching cost is low. This will help you understand how the company's profit will be impacted in the long term. Bargaining power of suppliers. Many small and mid-sized companies face a threat from an industry where the suppliers hold bargaining powers. Imagine a fashion company that has a specific dress line and the design that makes it famous but needs a specific cloth type available only with a handful of suppliers. In such cases, the suppliers can raise the prices, which will impact the dress final cost and the impact of the brand's business. Larger corporations may remain unaffected by the power since they have the resources to establish an extensive supplier network and create buyers' bargaining power instead. These five forces will be instrumental in forming a comprehensive industry analysis report. SWOT analysis. SWOT analysis is one of the most common analytical tools. It is an all-weather tool and can be used in business, personal life, or anything. Since we are talking about the industry analysis here, let us understand how this tool can come in handy for our own purpose. Put merely, SWOT stands for strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. So, if you are running a SWOT analysis on an industry, you will have to chart out the strengths, factors that give the industry an edge over the others. Weakness, factors that keep businesses at a disadvantage. Opportunities, factors present in the economy and the external environment that positively impact the performance and profitability. Threats, factors present in the economy and the external environment that negatively impact the performance and profitability. Industry cycle. The first step in industry analysis is to determine the cycle it is in or the stage of maturity of the industry. All industries evolve through the following stages. First one, the entrepreneurial or nascent stage. At the first stage, the industry is new and it can take some time for it to properly establish itself. In the early days, it may actually make losses. At this time, there may also not be many companies in the industry. It must be noted that the first 5 to 10 years are the most critical period. At this time, the companies have the greatest chances of failing. It takes time to establish companies and the new products. There may be losses and the need for the large injection of capital. If a company or an industry is not nurtured or husbanded at this stage, it can collapse. The second one is the expansion or growth stage. Once the industry has established itself, it enters into a growth stage. As the industry grows, many new companies enter the industry. At this stage, investors can get high reward at low risk since the demand outstrips supply. The growth stage also witnesses product improvements by the companies that have survived the first stage. In fact, such companies are often able to even lower their prices. Investors are more keen to invest at this time as the companies would have demonstrated their ability to survive. The third stage is stabilization or maturity stage. After the halcyon days of growth, an industry matures and stabilizes. Rewards are low and so too is the risk. Growth is moderate. Though sales may increase, they do so at a slower rate than before. Products are more standardized and less innovative, and there are several competitors. Investors can invest in these industries for comfort and average return. They must be aware, though, that there will be a downturn in the economy and a fall in the consumer demand. So, the growth and returns can also be negative. The fourth stage is decline and sunset stage. Finally, the industry declines. This occurs when its products are no longer popular. It may be on the account of several factors such as change in the social habits. The film and the video industry, for example, has suffered on the account of cable and the satellite televisions. Changes in laws and the increased prices. The risk at this time is high, but the return are low and even negative. The various stages can be linked to the 4 stages. In the life cycle of a human being: childhood, adulthood, middle age and old age. Investors should begin to purchase shares when an industry is at the end of the entrepreneurial or nascent stage and during its growth stage, and should begin to disinvest when it is at the mature stage. Thank you. Hope the session was informative.